Yep.
Hey Juan, Dan Wyke at the LA Times. First of all, welcome. I'm curious, from the way your year ended last year in Boston, being able to celebrate to this point, kind of, how did you use that experience? How did it inform your decision making? First of all, to be here, and then secondly, like, what's it going to take for this team to kind of get you back to that position?
Well, that year ended very well. I mean, it's on a high note, at the pinnacle of what I do, playing basketball, and moving forward. I now know what it looks like to win a championship in the NBA, and so I wanted to be, with a team that has the capabilities and the potential to win a championship. I think this team has that. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that we are going to win the championship. How that can get misconstrued, but what I'm saying is when you have players such as Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and then LeBron James, you have a chance to compete. And so, like I said, I wanted to be in a locker room, with guys who could play at a high level and have a chance to win, because I want to win. I want to be a part of a winning culture. I won one championship, but I want to continue to win more championships moving forward.
Hey Juan, good to see you again, man. This team obviously dealt with a lot of disappointment from how last year went, and a lot of those figures are back. And then, off season, there's always rumors and things around every team, but a lot around this team as well. When you get to San Diego this past weekend, did you feel an attitude from the guys of kind of laying everything out and having a level of communication and honesty consistent with the championship culture that you experienced in Golden State?
Well, the one thing that I've come to learn about watching Kobe growing up and now being here in LA is the city of champions, and I think for every team here in LA, when it's either championship or a disappointment. So I grant my teammates mercy. Like, it's hard to win a championship. I've seen it firsthand. It's very hard. As for San Diego, I think we're all just kind of learning one another. There's a lot of new faces here, a lot of new philosophies, a new system, and obviously everybody's competing at a high level, and I think that is square one, to building a foundation, building a home, a championship home. You have to bring that competitive edge every day, and I think for me, I was very satisfied in the field with just seeing that. Because like I said, that is the very beginning of everything else. The game itself, preparation for a game plans, system, plays, et cetera, that comes moving forward. But the first thing that you have to be able to do is come out there and compete and, be open to learning and, the camaraderie. And I feel like that's what we did this past weekend. We learned, we built camaraderie, and we'll see how that stuff can, propel us to the next level.
Hey Juan, over here. Do you feel like that there's a chance here to show things that maybe you weren't able to show in Golden State, and feels like there's open spots with starting lineup, with just the rotation overall? Do you feel like you can kind of show that expanded skill set and versatility that you obviously have?
Yeah, well, I want to tread lightly when I answer that question, because I don't believe I was hindered in Golden State. I think the difference between here and Golden State is that there are a lot of new faces here. There's pretty much the whole roster, more or less, is new. And so we're all trying to figure it out and, figure out where we get in. The thing about Golden State is Klay Thompson has been there 10 years. When Klay Thompson comes back, it doesn't matter who's there. You have to move out of the way. They have guys who have longevity there. They have a culture there. And I think that was the difference. So it didn't really matter how well I was or was not playing. When Klay Thompson came back, we all knew what the deal was. And so it is what it is. That's the way of this game. Sometimes you get in situations where things like that happen. Still won a championship. I'm very satisfied with the way my season went last year. But moving forward to here, like I said, it's new faces, new opportunity, a bit of an unknown. From all the guys coming in, trying to find a niche on this team, and so I think that is to my advantage, because we're all starting, from square one. We all have the same opportunity, as opposed to me competing with a guy who's three-time champion who's been there for 10 years. I mean, I'm not going to win that battle. So, and it wasn't a battle. You know, Clay is Clay. Like, he deserves that spot. So I don't think I was hindered there, but I do think there is a bit more opportunity here with the Lakers, you know, seeing the makeup of our roster this year.
Juan, Dave McMenamin from ESPN, good to see you. Did you learn anything last year about how the Warriors coming off, you know, a play-in tournament loss and a tough season before that things can really change, and anything about the mentality you have to have in the down times that can help you get back to the good times faster? Because obviously the Lakers are kind of in a similar boat, having won the championship in 2020 and have had a bit of a downturn since.
Yeah, well, two of the main things that I really learned, first thing is things can change overnight in this league, literally. I mean, with one injury, with one trade, the whole landscape of the NBA can change in one night. And then the second thing, and I think the most important thing, don't panic. You know, I learned a lot from those guys in that locker room last year. And one thing that I learned from two guys in particular, Steph and Draymond, you know, we lost game one to the Celtics at home. Don't panic. There was never any panic in that locker room. And that just goes to show you the confidence they have in themselves, or they had in our team, the program, the plan, etc. You know, this is the plan that we're gonna stick with. Doesn't matter if we lost. We're not gonna change anything. And you know, that's one thing that I heard Coach Ham say a few days ago, and I commend him for saying that. Regardless of what happens, do not panic. We're gonna stick to our plan. We're gonna live with the results. And I can respect that, because then when you're trying to change things on a night-to-night basis and you're scrambling for a game plan, then one, I mean, it's crazy, and two, nobody's on the same page. And so I think that's very important, because like I said, this league is crazy. I mean, there's 82 games, things change on a night-to-night basis, so many things, so many moving variables. Just, you know, stick to your guns and don't panic.
Juan, gusto en saludarte. Comparte con nosotros qué dejaron estas horas de convivio allá en San Diego y cuál va a ser tu rol dentro de la quinteta.
¿En español o en inglés?
En español.
Pues fue una semana, unos días muy bien. Fui a entender, entender muchas cosas, cómo jugar con mis compañeros, conocerlos, porque el básquet es más grande que un deporte, es algo de química, más o menos, y yo creo que esa parte es la más importante. Mi rol, no sé, la verdad, todavía estoy buscando mi rol, pero todos los días voy a venir a trabajar, traer energía y pues voy a tratar de ganar cada juego.
Quiero desearte felicidades por haber ganado el campeonato de la NBA.
Gracias.
La ciudad de Los Ángeles te recibió con los brazos abiertos, hasta un mural ya tienes hecho en las calles de Los Ángeles. ¿Qué tan emocionado estás de ser parte de esta organización, jugar con LeBron, y cuál es el mensaje para toda esta afición en Los Ángeles?
Sí, pues primero que nada quiero dar las gracias a ellos, porque yo sé que en Los Ángeles los fans son diferentes aquí, o sea, todos no llegan y te dan un mural. Pero igual, voy a jugar duro, voy a tratar de poner México en lo alto y pues jugar duro y representar mi país, mi gente con mucho honor.
Aquí Juan Saúl Rodríguez de Telemundo. ¿Cómo fue la decisión de venir de un equipo campeón a venirte a Los Ángeles, como te preguntaba ella, donde hay mucha expectativa por parte de la afición, especialmente la afición latina?
Sí, pues fue una decisión muy fácil, porque pues como dijo, Los Ángeles es diferente, es una ciudad impresionante de todas maneras, pero de deporte, como es una ciudad de campeones. Y es la plataforma más grande en básquet y yo creo en todos los deportes. Los Lakers son una marca que todos conocen en todos lados del mundo, y con eso fue una decisión muy fácil.
Hey Juan, just one more for you. So Steph and LeBron, obviously much different players, but attracting defenses in different ways, but yet attracting a lot of attention. Have you thought about how that will be kind of playing off LeBron and what you learned and stuff that might be, not necessarily the same, but it allows for your IQ to impact the way that will work with you and LeBron?
Yeah, I mean, of course. When I first started playing with Steph, it's funny because like for the first 10 games, when I first got the opportunity to play with him, I was watching film and I noticed that I was in his way a lot. And I was in his way because I was trying to react to teams double teaming him. And the fact of the matter is, that's what he's expecting. He's expecting for teams to double him. And so you kind of have to look at the game in a different way. Like, LeBron's not going out there expecting for teams to just play him straight up one-on-one. No, they're going to send doubles, triples, they're going to load up against him. So instead of like thinking, how do I, find my space behind the defense with one guy guarding LeBron, like, okay, how do I move off the ball when my guy goes to double LeBron, or et cetera. So I just think there's a different way of viewing the game, and I think that's where the IQ part comes in. You have to look at the game from a different perspective rather than a surface level perspective. Like I said, I was looking at it from a surface level perspective, and I saw that I was in his way more often than not. And once I started to read the defense a bit differently, then I had a really good year. This was 2 years ago, like I said, when I first started to play with him, but I'm sure LeBron's the same. Like, I played against him. I know what our game plan was for LeBron. Like, load up, double him. When he gets to his spots, like, we're sending the double team regardless. And I think he knows that's coming. So just a bunch of film, seeing how guys are guarding him, seeing, what teams' defensive schemes are, and just finding my spots, finding open spaces. I mean, basketball is a very complex sport, but it's also very simple at the same time. And just make plays, knock down open shots, and find your angles and your spaces. And so that's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to watch a lot of film on LeBron. I'm going to watch a lot of film on guys who he's played with that are similar to my style of play, and see who thrived, who didn't, why did they thrive, why did they not thrive, and how can I make his job easier. How can I make our team better? How can I put our team in a better position to succeed and win games? Thank you, guys.
Can't sleep, can't eat till you get it right. Oh, all my life I've been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, gotta pay that. Pay the price. Can't be real, but I'm living the life. All my life I've been grinding all my life. Lakers, baby. Yeah. You know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah. You know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah. I'm a Laker till I die. Rest in peace, Chick Hearn.
93-70. This game's in the Admiral refrigerator. The door is closed, the lights out. Butter's getting hard, the eggs are cooling, and the Jell-O is jiggling. Been jiggling for a long time.